should be 15th, right? Yeah. Write the pair of triangles that are congruent from the triangles given in the figure, and from the following cases 1, 2, 3, you have to select. Okay, you have to select two triangles that are congruent and select the reason. The three reasons they have given you is that side angle side, angle angle side, and side side side. Okay, now if you look at the diagram they have given you, okay, it is this type of a diagram. Okay, this is given as 61, this is 62, and also this is 62, 61, all these are angles. Okay, I write it clearly, 61, and this is equal to 62 and 61. Now observe, in any of the two triangles you can only select two angles that are equal. Is that clear? Okay, therefore what I am going to do is, if I consider this triangle and this triangle, that means triangle ABC and triangle BCD, if I consider, I can say that this angle 61 is equal to this 61. One angle is done. And also 62 is equal to 62. Done. Okay. Now what is the other theorem I have to use? What is the other case? Yes, you can say that this side is common to both. Therefore you have one side. So the case used is second one, that is angle angle side. Is that clear? Okay. 16th. Okay, from this diagram, okay, it's a frequency distribution prepared using the marks obtained by the students given below. Using the information in the frequency distribution, complete the diagram. Okay, now you have to observe this frequency distribution. Observe 0 to 5 number of students is 3, and from 5 to 10 it is equal to 10 number of students, and also number of students from 10 to 20 is equal to 10. Now observe the class boundary here. What is the gap they have included? 5. Here also 5, but here they have included 10. That cannot be done. Always the gap, the interval you take should be same. Therefore in doing this example, already the diagram is drawn. The first one is drawn here, and the second one is also drawn, and the third one, the way of completing is, you have to 15 and you have 20. You have to, since there are two intervals here, can you observe the gap you should take, the interval you should take is 5, but here it is 10. Therefore you have to divide this by 2, that is going to give you 5. So you should include, yeah, for each of the boundary you should include 5. Is that clear? You should divide and check how many intervals are there and then select. Okay, I hope that part is clear. And the 17th, you have to say whether the two statements, the 2 points given are correct or wrong. Okay, first one, they are saying you xy length is equal to twice xz. Yes, yeah, okay. And next is x angle XOY is equal to twice XOZ. Okay, how do you prove? This is the 17th. How are you going to prove now? Okay, xy, where is xy? Xy, okay, let me draw the diagram as well. This is the center, it seems. Okay, and this is the line, let us say, and this is z, this is perpendicular, and this is x and y. Okay, now they are telling you xy is equal to twice the value of xz. That means this and this are both equal. Yes, that is a theorem. From the center, if you draw a perpendicular line to any chord, it bisects the sides. Okay, bisects the line. Is that clear? Okay, therefore now even you can even prove the congruency between these two triangles. Understand? So observe, this side is common, there is this as the radius, and also there is an angle. Yeah, this is perpendicular. Understand, these two triangles are congruent, and then using that property also you can say that xz is equal to zy. Thereby you can say this is correct. Okay, what is the next one? XOZ. XOZ is equal to twice XOY. Sorry, XOY is equal to twice XOZ. XOY. That means these two angles are equal, they are saying. Yes. If you can say these two sides, the lengths are equal, these two angles are also equal. That is 17th, and then let us check the 18th. 18th, okay, there is a diagram given. That is B is here. Let's say this is a line, here is A, P is somewhere here, and Q is marked here. Okay. Now they have given you this line. Okay, in the figure, AB denotes a lighthouse and PQ denotes two small boats. A person in the boat P observes the top of the lighthouse with an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. So you should understand what is elevation and depression. Elevation means from this horizontal line you look up. From this you have to observe how much is the angle towards upside. Elevation. From this side also you can check, you have to check towards from the horizontal what is the angle towards upside. Understand? Towards upside. And then what is depression? From the horizontal line you have to check the angle that is depressed. Depressed, that means something that is down, go downwards. Understand? Therefore here they are saying you the person in the boat P observes the top of the lighthouse with an angle of elevation 30. That means a person on the boat observes B at an angle of elevation 30. And from this horizontal line, the angle should be 30 degrees towards B. You have to show this is equal to 30. Also, a person at B observes the boat Q with an angle of depression equal to 20. From B, he is observing that the boat Q is at an angle of 20 degrees. Then from this horizontal line, you have to take an angle of depression is equal to how much? Is equal to 20 degrees. Was that clear? Okay, let us move on to the next part, 19th. Okay, two matrix are given, that is equal to -2 and 2. And B is given as, yes, -1 and 2. You have to find out what is AB. Okay, I have already, there was a sum, yes, in 2016 or 15, already I have explained it. Now I have to, yes, teach you how to multiply two matrix. Okay, this wasn't there in the old syllabus, this is in the new syllabus. That is like this. Now if this is a matrix, you know how to find the number of rows and columns, how to write the order. Rows are checked this way, how many rows, columns are 1. Therefore you always write the order as row into column, 2 into 1. So here only 1 row, how many columns are there? 2. So once you multiply A and B, the answer you get in this matrix also, there is a certain number of row and column, right? The way of selecting it is that, first you should write the number of row and number of column. The number of row is taken from the first part. That means first you are multiplying A into B, not B into A. Those two are different answers, understand? Okay, write it clearly. This is not BA, this is A into B. B into A will give you a different answer. You have to take the row from the first one and column from the second one. That means when you write, you should get 2 rows and 2 columns. So there are 2 rows and 2 columns. 2 rows, 2 columns. Now what are the numbers I should fill here, right? Now to find this number, you have to find out. Now when you are filling this number is in the first row and first column. Is that clear? Okay. Now what you have to do is first row, select a number in the first row. What are the numbers here? Okay, This is first row. Let us write somewhere. This is here, the number you get is in the first row and first column. Therefore, take the number in the first row. What is the number in the first row here? It is equal to -2. And you have to multiply by, yeah, it is in the first column. Therefore, go to this. Now you are going to select only columns here. You have to select the number in the first column. What is it? -1. So it is going to give you how much? It is going to give you 2. Now let us try to fill this. It is in the first row. How much is that? -2 into, what is the column? Second column. So second column, it is going to give you 2, that is equal to -4. Now here also you get the second row, that is equal to 2 into first column, -1, that is -2. So here it is equal to 2 into second column 2, that will give you 4. Okay, is that part clear? Solve more questions on that, then you will be okay with the method. Okay, 20th. According to the diagram, okay, there are 3 points that lie on the circle with center. Find the value of x using the information given. Okay, the diagram given is this. This is that, okay. This is P, Q is equal to R, and is O the center? Yes, O is the center. Okay, now this part is equal to 100, this angle is equal to 110 degrees. You have to find out x, this part. This is a theorem. The theorem is, if you take a circle, say there is a segment, right? Okay, a sector, okay, part, it's a segment, okay, sector, sorry, it's segment. If you draw any angle on the circle, if you draw any circle, okay, say that you have a circle with center, this as the center, and say that an angle is subtended by a segment. Okay, from this segment an angle is subtended. Let us say this value is equal to x. Okay, that is equal to x. Now from the same segment, if you extend an angle towards the center, this value is equal to twice this value. That means it is equal to 2x. Okay, that theorem you might know it. But there is one important thing, that means if you take, now see, you are taking the angle that is below. Now here also you have to take the angle that is below. Is that clear? Okay. Now this same theorem is repeated here. Now observe here, from this segment already an angle is drawn, that is 110. From the same segment an angle is drawn towards the center. Now I told you have to take the part that is down. Now here also, can you take this part? No, you have to consider this part. That means this 110 is equal to twice the value of this angle. Is that clear? So this angle is equal to 220, the down part. So this total should give you how much? 360. That is actually, it is simple. 360 is equal to 220 plus you have an x. So x is equal to 140 degrees. Okay, and 21, yeah, a part of a sector is given. A part of the sector is given. This is L and this is N and M. Draw a sketch of the construction lines that are necessary to find the point on the arc MN which is at an equal distance from the line LM and LN. This is a small construction. You should find a point on this NM line such that it has equal distance towards this line and towards this line. That means you have to bisect this line. So you bisect this angle. Keep the protractor here. Okay, you can do it. You can draw an arc here, or you can start from here. Can keep the protractor here, make an arc here. Keep the protractor here, make an arc. Join this. So this is our point. Okay. Let's check the 22nd question. If the volume of a right circular cylinder of height 7 meter is equal to 88 cubic meter, find the base radius of the cylinder in meters. Now you should know only the equation of a cylinder, that is equal to what? Pi r square h. So since you know the volume, that is equal to 88 cubic meter, pi is equal to 22 over 7. What is r? You don't know, so I'll write r into r, and height is given as 7 meters. So you can cancel out this 7, and there is 1 meter and there are 3 meters, so this will give you meter squared. So you have to make r square the subject. So r square is equal to 88 meter squared divided by 22. That is going to give you 4 meters squared. So finding the root of 4 meters squared will give you 2 meters. Was that clear? 22nd. And 23rd. Okay, there is some tricky part here. Not tricky actually. Now even this you have. Yeah, we have already covered this lesson in grade 11. That is the area between two parallel lines. Okay, there you have studied certain things. That means between two parallel lines, say there is a parallelogram and a triangle. Okay, what is the relationship? With the same base, if you have a triangle and a parallelogram with the same base, the area of the parallelogram is equal to half the area of a triangle. Therefore, in the diagram given, I think I should draw that. The diagram, I should draw it. Okay. Okay. This is the diagram given actually. Okay. Some parallel lines are given. This is called D, A, and this is B and C. Now look at the statements I'm going to write. Observe this carefully. Okay. Now if you consider area of triangle, okay, let me write it here. I'm going to say area of ABCD. Where is ABCD? Yes, this parallelogram is equal to the area of BCED. Why is that? Because now observe, this area of this parallelogram is equal to, I'm saying you that it is equal to BCDE, because using our theorem you can say that between two parallel lines, these are the two parallel lines. If there are two parallelograms with the same base, you can say that the areas are equal. So that is equal to area of BCED. What is the value? Already it is here. They have said that it is equal to area of ABCD is equal to 1 centimeter squared. Okay. The next statement I'm going to use is that I'm going to consider triangle ADC. So yes, I'm going to consider triangle ADC. Okay, this triangle ADC is equal to triangle DEC. Is that clear? Because it is just like taking half of this parallelogram and taking half of this parallelogram. Okay, therefore now you are saying those two parallelograms are equal and I am taking half of them. That is equal to area of DEC. Half of it means it is equal to half centimeter squared. Okay, now in order to find the area of AEC, how do you find AEC? That means you have this part, this triangle plus the other triangle. Both have a value of half centimeter squared. So let me add both. Half centimeter squared, that is equal to 1 centimeter squared. Okay, and then okay, let us check the 24th question. Here in the given figure, diagram is given. Here it is equal to K, M and N. These are marked. This is extended, call it P. This is N, and some of the angles are marked. This is equal to 25 and this is equal to 35. Okay, you have to find out this angle X. Also they are saying you KLMN is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, now that is the theorem we are going to use here. Now if you consider this triangle, if this is equal to 35, this is equal to 25, can't you find this angle? You can. How much is that? 35, 40, 50, 60, that is equal to 120. So this part is equal to 120. So let me write angle KLM is equal to 120 degrees. Okay. Now also you know that in a cyclic quadrilateral you can use two theorems. You can say that this 120 plus this angle is equal to 180, or you can say that this angle is equal to opposite exterior angle. That means X is equal to KLM, the angle KLM. So how much is it? Yes, it is equal to 120 degrees. This is a theorem under cyclic quadrilateral. Now let us check the last question. The 25th one. Find the gradient of the straight line which passes through the points A and B. Okay, there is a line. They are asking you to find. This is B. Coordinates are given as 2 and 0. And here they have given you the coordinate that is equal to 0 and 3. Also they have said this is equal to y and this is equal to x-axis. Now how do you find the gradient? Gradient for any question you can say that gradient m is equal to difference of two y values over difference of two x values. In other terms you can say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You have to write it in this order. Now since you wrote y2 here minus y1, you cannot write x1 minus x2, or you can write it this way, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. This is correct, but you can't interchange. Understand? This is where most people make mistakes. Now let us consider our x1 and y1 as any of these coordinates. Let us take this coordinate as our x1 and y1, and this as our y2 and x2. Okay, and then let us simplify. So I'm going to take this as y1. Okay, so what is the y value here? 0. Sorry, y is x, y. So it is equal to 3 minus what is the y value here? It is equal to 0. Now go to the x values. So you have to consider this first. What is my x? 0 minus 2. That is going to give you 3 over minus 2. If you simplify, you will get minus 1.5. Is that clear? This is the gradient. So m is equal to this. Okay. And further we'll be discussing all the past papers, part 1, and then we'll move on to part 2. And I'll be doing a revision of grade 10, so that you will be okay with all the units. For more videos, just subscribe our channel and be connected. Thank you.